Mostly oil field.
Mostly oil field. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the Oil Field Leader live stream podcast here at the 10th annual West Texas Oil and Gas Convention and Charity Cook-Off by Roseland. And we have Mr. David Chavez, who is now the Vice President of Oil Field Connections International. Say hey to the folks over there, bud.
Well, hello, everyone. How you doing?
There you go. Now, you were just mentioning that you have a lot of deep roots here in Midland and in the oil field. Talk a little bit about that to me, if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, I like to tell everyone that everyone who's in Midland usually isn't in Midland because they want to be in Midland. They're in
Right.
Midland because they're paid to be in Midland.
Right.
And excuse me, turn off my phone here. So everything, as you know, is here in the Permian Basin area is tied to oil field some way, some fashion, some way, form. But yeah, growing up, it was all about my family being in the oil and gas industry, either in the service side or the production side, working for different operators. You know, some of them that aren't even around anymore.
Really?
There's a lot of little fish being bought up or ate up by all these big fish here lately. But yeah, I mean, I'm just an oil field guy. I'm 44, and I think I got into the oil field when I was 22. So 22 years in the field now. Yeah.
But you're so incredibly humble because you're more than just an oil field guy. You are incredibly well connected. You're very, very well respected. Everyone who knows you has nothing but the very best things in the world to say about you.
Well, I appreciate that. Let's let my wife hear this.
Right? Yeah, I know that story. Yeah.
let's let my wife hear this. No, I love her. She's great.
Of course.
I tell people she's my better 2/3. She's more than my half. She's more than my half. I'm one of those guys that raise his hand and say I'd probably be dead without my wife right now.
Right.
But I think a lot of that has to do with just the organizations and the people that I've chosen to be affiliated with. And I know specifically one of the ones that me and you were talking about today is going to be OCI, which is Oil Field Connections International.
Yes.
I as you know, I used to be the president. I'm no longer the president. I've stepped down. I'm supposed to be the chaplain, but Mr. Jose Vargas, the new chapter president for the Permian Basin, won't let me leave. So I think he has me actually as vice president at the moment. All we are is we're a networking group, honestly and truly. It's come to our event. You don't have to be a member to come to our event. You do have to pay to come in, and so do members. The thing about membership is it gets you discounts to our events.
Right.
But what it's all about is we come together. We usually do a luncheon, a happy hour, or a dinner. All the funds that are raised, it's a 60-40 split automatically. So 60% of everything, every single penny that comes in, we donate to local nonprofits in the Permian Basin, and 40% gets held back at the very end of the year. What we do is we give away scholarships, either to trade schools or anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be involved directly with the oil and gas industry, but like if you're a petroleum engineer and that's what you're wanting to do, you fill out the paperwork, you send in you have to write out a verbal, how do I put it? It's basically a report.
All right, you have to do like an essay.
Yeah, you got to do an essay, and just tell us about yourself. You know, there's different things that you can choose to write about, and that's how we choose who the recipients of the scholarships are.
Wow.
So 60% of every single event gets donated automatically to local nonprofits, and 40% by the end of the year we gather up all that 40%. And we give away scholarships, and we just do it all over again.
That's amazing. And actually, the scholarship, that was one of the aspects that really drew me to Oilfield Connections International. It's not just networking, but the fact that they actually give back to the community and give back so much. As you heard already, it's a 60-40 split. Where's that money going? It's all going to charities and charitable stuff. And really, the scholarships was really, like I say, one of the big draws to me to join this organization. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, become a member of Oilfield Connections International. It's only going to benefit you and strengthen your brothers and sisters in this wonderful industry that we're in.
You actually ended up being a member, right?
Of course I did. That's right.
So the great thing about membership is, I believe it's only $30.
It's so incredibly inexpensive for what you get. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the discounts that you get, like for example, we have a dinner and it's $50 to go to the dinner. You might only pay $30 because you're a member.
Right.
So over the course of the year, you get more than that $30 you spent back kind of thing, which is pretty cool. And then we also have corporate memberships that they get to have their stuff like digitally advertised and also
Right.
on our banners and stuff like this. It's pretty neat. It's a really good way, especially if someone has like new to the area or whatever. I mean, me personally, I have actually been a sponsor before just for the simple fact that, you know, I need to get more clientele.
Right.
I'll tell them about who I work for on a full-time basis because this is all volunteer. Everyone
course.
that's involved it's a volunteer. It's my free job.
Right, the job you don't get paid for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's to take a line from the Marines, it's the toughest job you'll ever love, because working here and doing it has to be a labor of love, because no one, as you started, right? No one moves to Midland to live here because they want to. They come here because they're paid to. And when you do, but this is what I say frequently about being in the field, right? Exactly the same. No one comes out here for God and country. We come out here to get paid. But the thing is that when you're in the field, you don't think about the money. You think about the man and the woman who's out there in the field with you, because they're your oil field brother and sister. Are they good? Do they have their safety glasses? Is everything okay? Do they need a hand with something? Because you also pray that if you need a hand with something, someone's going to notice that and come help you.
You know, the oil and gas industry it's a different animal. There's no other animal. It's not even a unicorn. It's completely even rarer than that.
Yeah.
And it's just like you said. I work for a safety company, and one thing that I preach, I get on a little bit of a soapbox when I'm training these guys in safety. As I said, they call us an oil field family for a reason, which I just give an example. Sometimes I'll leave the house before the sun comes up. I don't get home till the sun's already down. So I see you knuckleheads more than I do my own wife, and she has a lot less hair on her lip. I promise you that. She's a lot prettier. But, you know, saying all that to say this, we are all constantly around each other. We got to look at each other like family.
Yeah.
Take care of your brother and sister. You know, just got to watch out for each other. And that's what I do like about the oil field. It is a very tight, close-knit group. And you know, it's actually a small world, not as big as you think.
It is a very small world, especially in the Permian Basin. You know, I frequently say it's who you know and how you're known, because everyone can know you, but if you're a pendejo or you're an idiot, you know, no one's going to want to deal with you, right?
Yeah.
But everybody knows you. But that's one of the things that, if you're young, if you don't know what to do for a career, if you're looking to make a career change, I would highly recommend that you come out here to the Permian Basin, come out here to Midland, start connecting with me here at the Oilfield Leader Podcast, with the Oilfield Connections International. You'll find a career, you'll find a family, you'll find opportunities that you will not find anywhere else in this country. I think that's a pretty fair statement. And you won't freeze your butt off like you would in North Dakota.
That's very, very true. Very, very true.
Well, that's awesome. But David, I really appreciate you taking the time to come and spend some time with us at the show. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure, brother. Thank you very much. We'll talk a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
Take care. All right. Thank you. We'll talk a little bit later, guys.
Have a good one.
See ya.